What's up, guys? Alec here. As always, I want to give you the absolute best advice to help you grow your Amazon business and to grow your brand to multiple six figures and even seven figures per year. So I just want to speak to you about differentiating and how you could stand out when you're creating your product and you're coming up with ideas on how to differentiate. So when you're choosing your product, one thing you want to think about is differentiating. Not many people think about that, and I think it's probably one of the most important things when selling on Amazon is differentiating. If there are a list of on the first page, if there are 10 of the same items and they all look identically the same, there's nothing different about them. The only difference is going to be price. And that is the one thing you do not want to get yourself into, is a price war. You're just basically putting the price down by $1.50, and eventually you're going to be left with no margin. That is not what you want to get into. It could be dangerous, and then you're just going to wind up with no profit margin, and you're going to have to stop the product. Some people are going to pop out, and then it's going to be you're going to make a few dollars, and then you're going to lose a few dollars, and it's not really the ideal thing to do. So how do you prevent that? Differentiate. How can you do that? By bundling your items one with another. That'll actually separate your product and your listing from the pack and all the rest, and you could actually charge more. So what do I mean by bundling? When you go to Amazon, if you scroll down and you go to the section for customers also bought with, Amazon is, their algorithm basically picks up items that customers purchase after the product you're looking at with. So these can give you ideas on what to bundle with your product, and by doing this, it'll differentiate, and you can create a brand new type of, like a brand new breed of your own product, and it separates you. You will not get into that price war that will hurt your margins and eventually put you out of business, and it'll help you sustain your listing on Amazon and continue to grow and just thrive in your space. And like I always say, building a brand on Amazon is one of the most important things, and you want to build a brand to sustain yourself for long term. This is not just something quick that I want you guys to do. I want you guys to actually create something big, something passive that actually works for yourself on autopilot and grows as time goes on. So when you're picking out your product, look in the bottom, look to see what you could bundle it. Really analyze the market. You don't just want to quickly contact suppliers and order a product and then get it in and have your product A look like product B, and like I said, it's just the same old price war. You want it to be different. You want it to look different, and when the customer is on searching through the page and looking at products, you want it to stand out in their face, and they're going to automatically see that your listing is offering more value. That's all about the value exchange. There's two things: perceived value and actual value. What actual value actually is basically when you change something about the product, something physically to the product. That's actual value. And what perceived value is basically putting something else with it, bundling. That could be changing package designs, logos on the packaging, on the product, really making the perceived value look better. If you have both, I think you stand the chance to really be the best in the market and to outsell your competitors in every way, because that's things that they're not taking the time to do, and you are. And if you separate yourself, you're going to do extremely well. Trust me. You don't want to, like I said, you don't want to have the same exact thing. It just becomes a price war. And so bundle it with something. If, just for example, if you're selling a garden glove and you look down and just for example, you want to bundle maybe a pack of seeds with it. I just randomly came up with that. It could be anything. So if you put something together with the other, it saves your customer from having to search through and find something else that they would need. So if you give them both together, it makes your listing and your product value 10 times more. And you build your brand that way. And you can really separate yourself from everybody else. Here's another big tip. Go through your competitors' listings and look at the reviews. This is probably one of the most crucial things that you could do to separate and differentiate yourself. People have already bought and purchased your competitors' products. They are leaving real reviews on what they think about your product. You can't pay for that type of advice. Look through those reviews and see what people are complaining about. If people are complaining that the material is not soft, or it's too thick, or it's too thin, or it breaks easily, or they want this with your product, or they want X or Z to be something different, use that constructive criticism by the competitors and talk to your suppliers. Your suppliers are open. You want to have an open dialogue and communication with your suppliers. They are there to help you. Speak to them and tell them everything you want to change about your product. So speak to them and tell them what you want to change about your product. If there's something that you want to improve, if you want maybe, let's just say, a thicker material, or you want something cotton instead of a different material, talk to them and tell them. It could be that the customers that are currently buying the product are complaining that they don't like the way it's shaped, or it's too big, or it's too small. Use that as your leverage in your product. Trust me, this will separate you from the rest. If you combine that with bundling your product, you are going to absolutely crush your product, and you're going to kill your competitors, and you're going to outsell them and rank above them, and the reviews are going to pile in. And that is just one way to extremely differentiate and improve your listing compared to the others. Your customer's going to automatically see that you have the better option. If there were two items together and one is just okay and the second one has two items bundled together, which one are you going to pick? And another thing to keep in mind is when you bundle, your first product maybe cost $2 or $3, and the bundled item doesn't have to be huge. It could be something small. So that could literally cost like 50 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents. And it's very cheap to put that second item in with your main item. And your supplier will happily do that for you and help you. And by putting that extra 60, 20, 30 cents into your product, you'll actually be able to charge another $3, $4, $5, or $6 on top of your product, and demand a higher margin just because you have something that nobody else has, and you're offering more value than all your other competitors. So it's a lot of common sense. Use common sense when you're looking through your market, looking at your product. Look through the first page. Put yourself in the shoes of a customer. If you were going through the options of listings, think of what you could do to stand out. Maybe it's using a different color. If everyone's using orange, use green. Put something else with it. Put another color with it. Whatever you could do. So really, whatever you could do to differentiate and improve and better yourself so that you could sell the most. That's really what I have to share with you today. And when I tell you, it's huge. It's what's going to separate you for a very long time and owning and dominating your product and your niche. If you do this with your whole line of products, I'm telling you, you're going to be 10 times, 100 times better off than all your competitors who are not taking the time to do this. It's just the way to go. And from my experience, you want to take that extra time to research and make sure you're providing the most value to your customer. Because guys, in the end, you wanna serve your customer, and you're building a business. Like I always teach, you want to serve your customer and give them what they want. Because in the end, like I was gonna say it's all about the customer, and if you give them what they want, they're gonna be your customer forever, and you're just gonna be 100 times better off, and it's gonna pay off far more in the end than just quickly sourcing and slapping your logo on something, throwing it up, and then you're gonna have problems in the future with price wars and competitors coming in. If you just do what I'm telling you in this video and take my advice, stand out, differentiate, take that extra mile, do what you want with your product to be the best. Use the common sense, dig through your market, dig through the reviews, look at what people are saying, and just think of how you can stand out. Packaging, with your logo on the product, really take your time to do it right. So in the end, it will seriously help you and put you at the biggest advantage by bundling and differentiating yourself from all your competition. Use the data, use what's there, put your own spin on things. Don't always follow the masses. You're gonna build your business the best by doing the things that people aren't taking the time to do. If you follow everything that I explain on my channel, watch all the other videos on my channel, I give out everything for free, knowledge about Amazon FBA, how to start your business, how to grow it, and everything from A to Z. You're gonna succeed. It's just hard not to if you apply all your knowledge to one thing and just be relentless, because that's the most important thing. Never give up. I didn't succeed till 3 products. My first 2 products were complete failures, but you have to learn from your mistakes, and that's why I'm here. I'm sharing my experiences with you. Hopefully you won't make the same mistakes if you take my advice. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. It means a lot. Leave a comment what you think and if it was helpful. And if you guys need any assistance or help, just let me know. Any tips on videos, leave in the comments. I'll try my best to make a video on that. And yep, I hope you guys have a great day, and see you in the next video.